Let's go.
Grand final wrap-up, boys.
Ooh.
What a game.
Stinkest grand final I've ever watched.
Nail biter.
I thought it was a great
So
game.
I thought it was a clinic game.
I
Can
thought
we
it was a great
just... I know that none of our teams made the final. None
Yeah,
of our
my team did, the Panthers.
but none of their teams.
We need to acknowledge, okay? I don't... Panthers and the Eels, okay? Did they deserve to be there?
Well, one.
Panthers
definitely.
Because they got there.
Parramatta just wasted everyone's time. That's how I
Is
feel.
that what you think?
That's how I feel.
I think they had a chance, but after the first 20 minutes, it was done.
You really think they had a chance after 20 minutes?
Yeah, no, like going into the game,
Going into the game.
like the whole build up.
Finest chance.
They came off a close win to the Cows, so
But
the Cowboys, they just had to back it up they had to take it up a notch.
That's why I
against the
think they didn't have a chance.
'Cause
Because
they
they played their grand final already against the Cowboys. So they're already emotionally drained. They're already exhausted. And then they had to come and versus a firing Panthers team. Nah, they was never gonna...
Yeah.
They never had a shot, in my opinion.
But like the Rabbitohs put up 12 points in the first 20, and they were in it in the first half, and then maybe in the last 10 minutes of that semi-finals they fell off, and then Panthers in the second half ran away with it.
Who would have been a better final for the Panthers?
To me, I think it would be like the Roosters. Like they would have been a great matchup. Fire. Like great forward packs. Teddy, firing with against Nathan Cleary sort of thing. And the Sharks. They would have been a mean. They would have been a mean contest.
That would have been a mean 40 points.
Get out.
Honestly, in my opinion, Roosters, good shout. Sharks, yeah. But Storm probably would have given them a good matchup too.
Storm are not the Storm.
Yeah, I mean Storm
of old.
Storm are not the Storm
They're
of
not
old,
the
but
Storm
they
of
still have
yesteryear.
a great
We still have...
forward pack and backs to match. Okay?
Honestly,
That was my pick.
yeah.
Who are you
I
gonna
think
say?
He's going to say Raiders.
Don't say
I'm not even going to say the Raiders. I think any team that would have played the Panthers that came out last night had no chance.
Had no chance.
I think, like they had even Parramatta even in the first half alone, like minimal mistakes.
Yeah.
Like errors were at an all-time low. Completion of sets. was
Clinical, Clinical.
Penrith just
Suffocated there.
like actually choked the game out of them.
Yeah.
They just played... They were just... Obviously, they're the better team.
Oh yeah,
But-
for sure.
Way better.
But does that... And was last night's game good for NRL? Like,
No.
just the blowout, and it wasn't... Come on. After that first 20 minutes, we were thinking, okay, it was more like, how many points are they going to put on these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Personally, I think it's great for the NRL. As fans, as casuals, you want to see a lot of points being scored, And I look at it from I love rugby league, so I'm not going to look at this from rugby league mind perspective. I want to look at this from a fan's perspective, from someone who's never watched rugby league before, that tuned in last night and watched that grand final and saw how good that Panthers team played, and it's like, man, these guys, they're the top, they're the pinnacle, and if I ever want to bring my kids into rugby league or something like that, I want them to play like that. That's a great example of great attacking rugby league,
Yeah. And equally as good defense as well.
Equally good
But
defense.
how crazy is it that all their teams won?
Every single
like SG
grade.
ball right up until
It's not that impressive.
like they even won the
Shout out to our guys,
That's crazy.
Mez and
Rodders.
Rodders
and Roddy,
all
The part-time
Panthers
Penrith
and
fans
even
recently discovered their memberships.
Nah, Maz has been OG.
Yeah.
Nah,
Maz
but
has
you
been
know
OG.
what I love about the Panthers, even though I hate them, is like just like when the Roosters won it again a few years back, the ones who stuck by those teams when they were crap.
So true.
Like that is what you love to see. Hey, those fans.
Like
who are
if
there
you're a
from
Raiders fan,
day
you can
one.
relate. If you're a Warriors fan, then I feel sorry for you.
That 2011 season was the greatest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
This is where I bring my point, and you talk about 2011. That was a memorable grand final for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this
yeah.
finals that
it
was
was
just played,
forgettable.
I won't remember this ever again because it was so rubbish.
But I think it was
Like,
only
if you-
memorable for me
if you
because
think
it was
about-
my team.
If you think about last year, right,
Mm.
2021, It was 2021.
Yeah.
That was a great grand final. They lost by 2 points. It took a Stephen Crichton intercept to win that game.
Yep, that was a good
In
final.
2020, Pepe runs from the scrum and
Yeah,
scores
yeah,
down
yeah.
the field, right?
Mm.
You know, and you talk about 2016. Andrew Fafita crashes over and wins the Sharks a premiership.
Yeah, and in
This game yesterday,
we get a repeat set, but then it wasn't a repeat set.
and this game that happened yesterday, there's no highlights to this game for me. Like, there's nothing that sticks out to me.
So you're looking
Just
at
Panthers
this from
dominance.
Not even when
Rugby
It's not good for the game for me. Like, this is our best product, right? Or it should be up there for one of our best products, the grand final, the elite of the elite, right?
the highlight of that was Luai
Kicking.
Kicking Isaiah.
Being a dad for all of them.
But,
Owning up and being a
this is
dad.
supposed to be our grandest product, right? So we present this to the whole of 82,000 who were there and 100 100,000,000 who was watching. And our greatest product was 22-0 at halftime or whatever it was. Like, you know, that to me is like a waste of time.
So you would prefer someone tuning in. Let's say I'm a first time viewer. I tune in and I'm watching a team like 6-0 at halftime.
Of course.
That to me wouldn't be that interesting.
Are you telling me?
How
the
many of those
suspense.
people who tuned in were first time viewers though?
No, because you got to look at it from the casual fan. A lot of people that actually watch rugby league
And
are
do you-
casual fans.
Do you see
They're not
those
hardcore
those
fans.
American celebrities who come over in mid-year and come get invited to a State of Origin game? Those are the best products we show them because at halftime it's 6-0 and it's like, bro, this is brutal. If you were to bring into this game, it's 22-0. Oh, it's like, you know, Chiefs playing the Titans.
He's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee.
So so you don't like seeing attacking rugby league is what you're saying.
I like
pretty
seeing
much.
attacking rugby league on both sides of the ball. Like if it was like 16-0 at halftime, I'm like, this is a mean game.
Is it a reflection of where the game is? World Cup squads came out later on today, and
Go to baby.
Dally M player of the year
Lebanon.
doesn't make the Australian team. Neither does the Clive Churchill medal. The MVP of the finals makes the team. So and so, like what I mean is because the best players, you could say that some of the best players weren't playing in that grand final last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick,
Which is crazy because that'll indicate that the talent is widespread across the league, but Penrith, for some reason, like unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean that Nico Hines, Dally M, like kudos
Flawed.
to him.
Don't even start.
Kudos to him.
I'm not getting
Somehow
into this with
got
you
the
guys.
record amount of Dally M votes, but can't even crack the Australian squad.
Yeah. Or
That to me,
not even the
says
Australian, not even the
something.
New South Wales squad.
Nah, I can kind of like counter that. Like I love Nico Hines. He plays for my team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like when I look at that squad, I can see how he missed out on that squad. For me, it was either going to be him or Matt Burton. And Matt Burton, to me, like they both can play in the halves. Nico can slot in at fullback and Burton into the centers. But I feel like the value was more like for Matt Burton.
so you're saying
He
that
was
the
offer
Dally
more
M
than-
award is useless?
No.
Should have gone to Matt Braden.
no. I'm
By the
saying,
sounds of it,
I'm saying because Australia already have Nathan Cleary, Ben Hunt, Cherry Evans who can cover the halves.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Ben Hunt and Cherry Evans. They didn't even make top 8. Their teams.
Yeah,
But they
that's
done
where
enough
I
in
think
Origin.
Yeah.
That's where I think they've done a disservice to Nico Hines. All right, because Nico Hines won at Dally M, his team finished second this year, and he still can't get a spot over Cherry Evans.
He doesn't play over
nor
Cleary.
Ben Hunt.
He doesn't play over Cleary for New South. Won't play over Tedesco. So I don't know where they would put him.
Yeah,
Like Luai and Cleary, the combination speaks for itself. You saw last night. And so Nico Hines doesn't slide in at 6 either.
yeah,
And not even at 14 because
What a
Uppy
what a
Curacao
decision
and
to have though,
Dave
eh?
Cook.
yeah.
Like,
it's
as
a
the Australian selectors,
yeah,
it's like
it's a
man,
good decision.
It's a good.
It's a tough situation to be in,
Yeah.
but it's good because
But
we've
it
got
speaks
options.
It speaks to the dominance of the Panthers.
Yeah,
Again, if we're thinking about the product, and like I could say that actually I can't, but there's a good amount of talent widely spread out in all the footy clubs, Okay.
I disagree.
Did they miss
Oh,
the Warriors?
yeah, they definitely missed the.
I disagree.
They
with
definitely
that.
missed the Warriors, but like especially those Australian teams.
The NRL is very top heavy, very very top heavy, meaning that the top teams will always be the top teams, and the bottom teams will always struggle, because the bottom teams are always going to struggle to attract talent. They're always going to.
But
Struggle to attract signings, right?
This is
Because-
not the NBA. You're supposed to nurture your talent.
yeah, so how do you
Your-
explain
your
the
talent.
Panthers?
The Panthers.
They
Yeah.
pretty much brought their whole
That's
system
from
up
the ground
Yeah.
from the ground up.
See,
Round up.
that's I agree with that in a sense of the Panthers, they nurtured all their players, right? So they're coming through together. What I'm trying to say is that those teams that are at the top are always going to stay at the top regardless, because the teams at the bottom, the Titans, like, yeah, they made the playoffs last year, but they had a negative record and made the playoffs.
Yep.
The West Tigers have struggled forever. The Warriors have struggled forever. Even the Dragons have been stuck in the middle of the pack forever. So what I'm saying is, like, there needs to be a way for the talent to actually be dispersed throughout more teams,
Well,
rather than having it all in the Panthers system
An
or
NRL
the Cronulla
draft.
Sharks system.
But isn't the Panthers in their system, the way it was built, isn't that ideally what you want for every club?
Yeah, that should be the model, but a lot of teams can't execute it. So now, if we have the Panthers winning the next few premierships, don't you think that's bad for the NRL?
That's definitely bad for them.
Yeah. So what I saw last night is, yeah, the Panthers dominated. It was a great game. I think it was perfect for the fans, the casual viewer. But for the NRL going forward, if the Panthers continue to dominate, it's not going to be great for the game, because then where these other teams aren't going to be competitive, and there's no point of them playing. So they need to introduce a way to make it more competitive throughout every single team.
It sounds like we're saying that the Panthers, who are doing everything that we're saying you should do in the NRL,
Oh, they're
are going to
miles
get to
ahead
the
of
point
everybody.
where it's going to be bad for the NRL.
Yeah.
Even though this is what we're saying, like we all agree, this is how a team should be built.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But but biggest takeaway is the Samoan boys playing in that team.
Yeah.
Come on.
The Tall
Absolutely
Panthers.
gone.
The Tall
Absolutely
Panthers.
gone.
The Black Panther.
All right, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Last night's game, honestly, was a mean game to watch. I enjoyed it. I love rugby league, but I'm always going to look at this from a fan's perspective, a casual fan as well. Last night's product was amazing to watch.
Yeah. I agree with Jeff. Last night was a clinic by the Panthers. I think they did everything right, and they have shown the same form throughout the year. So it was only right that they would stick it out anyways. So that's us. That's me.
Boring. It's the worst grand final I've ever seen. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
I love to see it, man. I love the character that Penrith bring to the game. I love
God,
that
I
they
love it.
make you want to hate them, and then they win.
That's the swag, baby.
I hate both of those teams. Don't get me wrong.
Little
That's the
arrogant
swag.
It's still more the way.
arrogant bastards.
They're arrogant, but hey, they
Bring
can
that-
back it
bring
up,
that
man.
same-
Just
Bring
remember,
that same
back
energy
it
to
up.
tour.
just
Bring that
remember,
same
Eels
energy.
fans, they're your dads.